Let's be honest. If every dollar you own is still snoozing in a savings account, inflation is quietly rifling through your wallet while you binge Netflix. For most people, the world of investing looks like a locked door with 1,000 different, complicated keys. What if I told you that you only need one simple key to walk through that door? That the hardest part is just giving yourself permission to start. Give me the next few minutes and I'll give you a 6-month step-by-step roadmap. We're going to demystify the jargon, dismantle the fear, and show you how to use decent Wi-Fi to turn your first $100 into a real, growing portfolio. This isn't about getting rich overnight. It's about building real wealth that grows while you dream. Section 1. The enemy and the superpower. First, let's define the villain of our story, inflation. The latest numbers show the annual inflation rate is around 2.9%. Meanwhile, even a high-yield savings account is likely paying you far less than that. That gap is the invisible force making your grocery bill feel heavier and your morning coffee more expensive, even if your account balance looks the same. Your money is losing purchasing power every single day. Investing is the art of making your dollars multiply faster than inflation can eat them. And the superpower that makes this possible is compound interest. Albert Einstein supposedly called it the eighth wonder of the world. Here's why. Imagine two friends, Sarah and Mike. Sarah invests $200 a month into a simple S&P 500 index fund starting at age 25. She does this for just 10 years, investing a total of $24,000, and then stops, never adding another penny. Mike waits until he's 35 to start. He invests that same $200 every single month until he's 65. He invests for 30 years, putting in a total of $72,000. Now, who has more at age 65? Sarah, who only invested for 10 years, ends up with around $530,000. Mike, who invested for 30 years, has about $400,000. Sarah's money had 10 extra years to work for her, and that early decade of compounding did more work than Mike's 30 years of trying to catch up. You can't start yesterday, but you can and should start today. Section 2. Month 1. Learn the language and open the gate. Your first mission is incredibly simple. Open a brokerage account and learn 5 words. That's it. Think of this month as your financial Rosetta Stone. Here's your new vocabulary. Stock. This is just a tiny slice of ownership in a single company. You buy a share of Apple, you're a part owner of Apple. Bond. This is basically an IOU. You loan money to a government or a company, and they promise to pay you back with interest. It's generally less risky than a stock. ETF, exchange traded fund. Imagine a shopping basket filled with hundreds or thousands of different stocks or bonds. You can buy the whole basket with one click, just like buying a single stock. It's diversification made easy. Index fund. This is a specific type of ETF that doesn't try to be clever. It just passively copies a market index, like the S&P 500. It's the ultimate set it and forget it tool. Expense ratio. This is the tiny annual fee the fund charges to manage the basket. Your goal is to keep this under 0.1% for broad market index funds. Anything higher is a red flag. Now, where do you do all this? You need a brokerage account. Think of it like a bank account for your investments. For beginners, the big 3, Fidelity, Vanguard, or Schwab, are fantastic choices. They have 0 commission fees, no minimums to open an account, and user-friendly apps that don't look like mission control. Go to their website, click Open an Account, and follow the steps. It takes about 15 minutes. Then, link your checking account and transfer just $50. Don't invest it yet, just let it sit there. The goal is simply to get skin in the game and prove to yourself that moving money isn't scary. Section 3, Month 2. Fire the starting gun. This month, you become an investor. You're going to make your first purchase. Log into your new brokerage account and buy one single share of an S&P 500 ETF. The ticker symbols might be VOO, SPY, or FXAIX, depending on your broker. With that one click, you've just bought a piece of 500 of America's largest and most influential companies. You are now a part owner of the US economy. Stick to a single share for this first transaction, even if you have thousands ready to go. This isn't about the amount, it's a psychological victory. You're proving to yourself that the buy button won't bite and that this process is something you can do. When the confirmation screen pops up, take a screenshot. Email it to yourself with the subject line, "Future me will thank you." This might sound silly, but creating these tiny rituals builds massive staying power for the journey ahead. Celebrate this win. Section 4, Month 3. Put it on autopilot. Willpower is overrated. Automation is your best friend in investing. This month, you're going to set up a system that builds wealth for you, no matter how busy or unmotivated you are. Log into your brokerage account and find the automatic investing or recurring transfers section. Set up a schedule to automatically transfer $25 every week from your checking account into your brokerage account. Then set it to automatically invest that $25 into the same S&P 500 ETF you bought last month. That's $100 a month or $1,200 a year working for you without you lifting a finger. This strategy is called dollar cost averaging because your $25 buys shares whether the market is up or down. You end up buying more shares when prices are low and fewer shares when prices are high. Over time, this smooths out your purchase price and removes the temptation to time the market, which is a losing game. Treat this automatic investment like a non-negotiable bill. It's your future you utility payment. The money vanishes before you even have a chance to miss it or spend it on something else. Section 5, Month 4. Understand what you now own. It's time to look under the hood. Log in and open your first monthly statement. You'll see a few numbers: how many shares you own, the current share price, and your total account value. Ignore the daily wiggles of the share price and account value. The only number you should focus on right now is shares owned. Thanks to your automation, this number will climb every single week. You are steadily accumulating more and more pieces of the economy. Some people think diversification means owning 30 different funds. It doesn't. That one S&P 500 ETF you own is already diversified across 500 companies in 11 different sectors. You own a piece of technology, healthcare, financials, and more, all in one fund. If you want to add a little extra spice later on, you can consider adding an ETF like VTI, a total stock market fund that includes small and mid-sized companies, and VXUS, which gives you ownership in international companies. But for now, your single S&P 500 fund is more than enough. You own a powerful slice of the global economy with just one holding. Section 6, Month 5, Face the red arrows without panicking. At some point, the market will fall. It's not a matter of if, but when. Market corrections, a drop of 10% or more, happen on average every couple of years. Bigger drops or bear markets happen every 6 or so. This is the price of admission for the strong long-term returns the market provides. Your job this month is to prepare emotionally. Pull up a 50-year chart of the S&P 500. Zoom all the way out. You'll see the crashes of 1987, 2000, 2008, and 2020. From this perspective, they look like mere potholes on a long road that consistently trends up and to the right. History shows that the market has always recovered and gone on to reach new highs. So, write this note on a piece of paper and stick it on your fridge or computer monitor. I will not need this money for at least 10 years, so I will not sell just because people on TV are yelling. Panic selling is the single biggest destroyer of wealth. It turns a temporary, on-paper dip into a permanent, real-life loss. When the market is down, the best course of action is to do nothing and let your automatic investments continue to buy shares at a discount. If you have extra cash, it can be a great time to buy more. But for most, simply doing nothing is the winning move. Section 7. Month 6. Measure, celebrate, and level up. 6 months ago, you had a savings account and a healthy dose of anxiety about investing. Now, you have a brokerage account, an automated investing plan, and a steadily growing number of shares in an ETF. You've built the foundation. Now it's time to measure your progress. Open a simple spreadsheet. Log the total amount of money you've contributed and your current account value. Maybe you're up 4%, maybe you're down 2%. It doesn't matter. The important thing is that you are in the game and no longer stuck at zero. So, what's next? Increase your contributions. Can you bump up your weekly auto transfer by 10%? Turning that $25 a week into $27.50 might seem small, but it adds up. Open a Roth IRA. If you're eligible, this is a retirement account where your investments grow and can be withdrawn in retirement completely tax-free. This is one of the most powerful wealth-building tools available. Keep learning. Pick up a copy of The Simple Path to Wealth by J.L. Collins. It's a masterclass in this style of investing, written in plain English. Collins champions the idea of FU money, having enough invested to give you the freedom to make life choices based on your values, not financial necessity. As your portfolio grows, you might want to learn how to add things like REITs for real estate and bond ETFs for stability, and we'll cover that in future videos. If this 6-month plan has helped clarify things for you, do me a favor and hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. Our next deep dive, the 3 best ETFs for 2025, drops this Friday, and you'll be the first to know. Let's recap. 6 months, 5 core moves. You opened an account, you bought your first ETF, you put it on autopilot, you learned to stay calm during downturns, and you repeated the process. Notice what wasn't on that list. No complex stock picking, no risky day trading, no trying to predict the future. The hardest part of this entire journey wasn't the math or the terminology. It was fighting the voice in your head that said you weren't smart enough or that it wasn't the right time. You've conquered that, and that's a huge victory. Inflation is still out there, but it's no longer your biggest problem. Now, your dollars have jobs. They're working night shifts and weekends for you. Keep feeding that machine. And one day, the income your portfolio generates will cover your coffee, then your bills, then your flights, and maybe one day, your complete freedom. If you learned something valuable today, comment portfolio down below. It tells the algorithm that this is good stuff and helps push it to the next person who's ready to start their journey. And share it with that one friend who still thinks investing is like playing roulette. Let's help them rewrite their financial timeline. Thanks for watching. Remember, the best day to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best day is right now, before the next episode autoplays.